here, Formula Allegiant in Azerbaijan. Welcome you live here from the streets of Baku. Qualifying has just gotten underway here. This Elijah Wheeler, the first car on track in the Ferrari. But yeah, this track, a very fast one here tonight, and it's gonna be also a really deadly one. Just got everyone's gonna have to try to keep it out of the barriers, but it's gonna be a pretty tough task to do here today in Baku. I'm joined by Lucas K in the booth. So Lucas K, what do you expect to see tonight?
Well, 8 drivers here tonight. Not as many as usual, but of the among those 8 drivers is Sam Lewis. So obviously, just have to keep an eye on him. He's won every single Grand Prix, every single sprint this season. So he's obviously going to be the one to watch. Also with Ryan Searles, fairly new driver to Formula Legion. He's been pretty solid, I believe, almost or maybe all podiums in every single one of his starts this season. So looking to see what he can also do tonight.
Yep. Uh, yeah, obviously a lower field count tonight. Just a lot of people were busy tonight, so a lot of people couldn't make it, unfortunately. But we still have 8 drivers, and it's not really a bad thing to have a low field count around here because with a high field count, it could get really chaotic here. So it would definitely be entertaining to commentate, and watch. But for the drivers, it would not be very fun, and it would probably just overall be a better race with almost less drivers here because of how tight this track is and how easy it is to get damaged or even wreck out of the race. It's 15 and a half minutes left in qualifying as people are going to start their lap as Royce Crown heads down the long front stretch here. This is really where DRS is really powerful. If you can just get DRS, you're probably going to get the spot on the car in front of you. It's just a really great overtake is on turn 1 with this long straightaway. You can get the slipstream and DRS, and you can see that you can make a move into that braking zone that Royce Crown just went through as he's heading into turn 2 here on his left. That's Ryan Searles right in front of him. As Ryan Searles might be trying to give his Williams teammate a slipstream, because it looked like what he was doing, and that's definitely going to help him out. Williams, they're both in a separate VC, so they're going to be communicating directly to each other. So that's going to be interesting to see if that's going to be interesting to see how the team play will be down at Williams. As there's Maddox Beard in the Red Bull. He, in time trial, was 4/10 off of Sam Lewis's time, so not very far off. We'll have to see how he could do here tonight here in qualifying in the race. As also Sam Lewis is on his out lap. He's going to be the driver to beat as always, but we'll see. Will anyone be able to... We'll see if anyone will be able to end his win streak tonight.
Yeah, just wanted to point out Elijah Wheeler now ending his lap. It'll be a 143.055. Not a good lap by him. He did hit the wall and had to slow down, so that really messed up his lap. So he's looking to turn it around for the next run he makes.
Yeah, it looks like he has a little bit of wing damage too, so that's probably hurt him quite a lot too. As Gadi Alamani goes to the top of the board with a 140.8, but he's the second driver over the line. I believe the next car, that's Royce Crown. He goes a tenth faster than Gadi Alamani. He goes to the top of the board. As let's see here, I don't know. I think Maddox Beard is the next car to get over the line. He heads through the final braking zone on the track, and now it's just flat out through here. Actually, Jonathan Hibbett was the next car. He goes with a 139.8. Good lap from Jonathan Hibbett. Here comes Maddox Beard down the front stretch. Let's see what he can do. Maddox Beard in the Red Bull. Let's see what he can do. It's yellow flag sector 1, but Maddox Beard up to the line. He's going to go up to P1 with a 139.0. Good lap for Maddox Beard. As Sam Lewis on his lap, he's heading on the straightaway from turn 2 to 3 on that straightaway. As I'm not sure what happened to cause those yellow flags, but yeah, Sam Lewis on his lap right now. There's also Ryan Searles on his lap also. He just headed out of the castle section. Castle section is going to be a really deadly zone in this race because it's only one car with wide entering that castle section. So if someone wrecks there, you got to look out because you're not going to be able to go around them. You're going to have to wait for them to get it going. And yeah, it's also a really easy spot to hit the wall and also DNF from the race or even get wing damage.
Yeah, and so the yellow flag cause was in Sector 1. That was caused by Jonathan Hibbett. Kind of looked like he spun out, so not too sure what happened there, but yeah, it looked like he spun out, which caused the yellow flags in Sector 1.
Yep, Ryan Searles over the line. He's going to go to P1 with a 138.9. Good lap from Ryan Searles as Sam Lewis heads down these final corners here, flat out through here. Sam Lewis, let's see what the time to beat is going to be here. Sam Lewis heads up the front stretch and to the line. Let's see where Sam Lewis will go. Sam Lewis to the line. It's going to be a 138.4, and he goes half a second faster than Ryan Searles.
Not too far of a gap between those two drivers, so interesting to see what these drivers can do on their second. Basically, with another extra lap, I think they could catch up to Sam Lewis and maybe try to overtake him for pole.
Yep, Sam Lewis, yeah. Not a huge gap like you mentioned, Lucas, but still it's a lot of time for these drivers to make up, but I think it definitely could be possible. We'll have to see. 10 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock here. We're going to see drivers start their second runs here soon. They're going to have to get in and out because this track is fairly long, kind of similar to how Spa was, where people are going to, oh, that's Jonathan Hibbett who hit the wall, but I don't think he's on the lap anyway, but anyways. Yeah, you're going to have to really get in the pits and out of the pits. As you see, also people are going to start cutting corners on their in laps. Yep, you see that's Ryan Searles. That is technically allowed just to get to the pits. That's technically allowed, not on your lap, but just to try to get to the pits on your in lap. You can do that. Try to get to the pits faster. So yeah, it's going to be similar situation how Spa was, because you're obviously going to have to get into the pits as fast as possible and out of the pits if you're going to make 3 runs. That was really close from Royce Crown, who actually missed the pits. He's going to reverse it. Thankfully, no one coming as Royce Crown. Oh, he got disqualified. Disqualified for going the wrong way, and Royce Crown he's going to start from the back. He's got disqualified from reversing, so unfortunate for Royce Crown. He's going to start the back once again. There's 9.5 minutes left on the session. Guy Delamani is on his out lap right now. He is currently 5th with a 140.8. We'll also put on the lap data from now on here in qualifying. We don't have it for the first runs because it doesn't really tell you much, but on the second or third runs, you can see how much they're improving or how much they're not improving, if they are improving. But as Gadi Alamani heads up to the line to start his second run here on the soft tires. Here he comes to the line as he heads down a turn 1. And heading down in the short chute into turn 2. Seems pretty solid. He's going to ride on board with Alamani. If I can get to him. There he is. Alright. Riding on board with the Sauber here. See how tricky this track is here. Really tricky through Sector 1 especially, because there's a lot of braking zones. If you go too deep, it's really treacherous. As he's up 2/10 on his time, though to only still keep him at 6th though. He's gonna have to prove a little bit more. As here, tap the wall as Sam Lewis goes to a 137.8. As you see, Gadi Alamani heads through the castle section. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a prove it because he did hit the wall. Doesn't look horrible though. He has a little bit of confidence in his car. It's really rotating really well. As let's see, is he improving still as he heads down through here into the final braking zone. Up 5/10 on his time. That's probably about where he's gonna go, and that would put him right around Zay Hamilton's time. So we'll see as he heads through the final corners. Gadi Alamani heads down the long front stretch. Seems like a pretty solid lap here from the Sauber. Where will he go? Up to the line for the kick Sauber driver. It's gonna be up to 5th place for the Sauber of Gadi Alamani with a 139.9. He gets it to the 139s. As watching here, Sam Lewis got to a 137.8. So there's a lot of time to be found for the rest of these drivers if they're gonna want to challenge for pole. Is Maddox Beard on his outlap, and also Ryan Searles letting Sam Lewis by, but Sam Lewis is on his end lap. As Hamilton, not sure what happened to the Mercedes. He was 6th on the board, so he's gonna have to settle with a 140.3, which isn't great. As Elijah Wheeler starts his lap. Watching here, these are the 2nd and 3rd drivers here. As Maddox Beard heads down the front. Also Ryan Searles. Sam Lewis, you saw him dive into the pits, but Ryan Searles, he's currently 2nd on the board. We'll see what he can do here as he heads down through turn 2. The Williams driver, Ryan Searles, trying to get the most out of this car as he heads down the DRS straight here, heading up into turn 3. Doesn't look bad from Ryan Searles. Will he improve, though? Is he improving? We're about to see. Is he just about to finish Sector 1 here? As he is a 10th up. Not a ton, though. As Maddox Beard, I couldn't tell if he was how much he was improving. Cut to him too late to see. But Ryan Searles heads up through the castle section here. Gotta keep it nice and tight. He got really close to the wall there. Really pushing the car as he flicks the wheel heading down this straightaway. With a few kinks here. Flat out though, and then into the braking zone here. Final 2 braking zones on the track. Maddox Beard also heads through here. You see him attack that corner over the curb a little bit. Searles still up a 10th. Let's see if Maddox Beard, he's up 5/10, half a second. He's found as Maddox Beard heads up through the final corners. Beard, he's going to improve quite a lot. He's going to go up to P2. Ryan Searles at risk. He's going to improve a little bit, but not enough to try to get to Sam Lewis's time and keep P2, because Maddox Beard heads up to the line. He's going to go to P2 as, he goes to a 138.4, but still a lot more time to find if he's going to try to match Sam Lewis.
Yeah, the gap is about 5/10, and for Ryan Searles, it's 7/10. And then the next car down is Jonathan Hibbett, who has around a 2-second gap to Sam Lewis. So, yeah, as Bryce said, these drivers are going to have to pick up the pace a little bit. I think Maddox Beard does have some pace, though. 5/10 off. He gained about 5/10 that lap. So if he can get another 5/10, then the gap will be extremely close.
Yep, it's going to be a tough task for Beard to do here, as he's probably going to have to improve a little bit more than 5/10 do, considering that Sam Lewis is likely going to improve his time. So he's going to have to improve quite a lot, maybe about a second on his time if he's really going to get pole, because I'd imagine Sam Lewis would improve maybe, I don't know, maybe half a second, just as a prediction. But, 3.5 minutes left on the session as people are going to try to get to the pit lane here. These two, they're going to have to rush into the pit lane. They should get enough time to make another lap. It's going to be a little bit close. As you see also, Elijah Wheeler, he improved his time since we last saw him. He is at a 141.7. As Gadi Alamani starts his final run here. He's on his outlap. Gonna warm up those tires as Searles in the pits along with Maddox Beard. See, the pit entry is also really tricky. If you send it in too deep, you could definitely damage the car because it's a little chicane entering the pits, and that's, it could be really deadly because you have to go really fast. They're trying to gain as much time into the pits as you can, but also don't want to. You obviously want to keep it out of the barrier. 2.5 minutes left on the session. You're gonna have to go out soon. If you're gonna make a lap, you could probably go out with about 2 minutes left in the session, and you'll be fine. You just gotta make it around to the line before the clock hits 0, and you'll be able to make a lap. Watching Jonathan Hibbett and also Gadi Alamani. Hibbett is currently 4th with a 139.8. He doesn't have a lot to go if he's gonna try to get P3. Not even a lot to get P2. 2nd through 4th are honestly, or 2nd through 5th are honestly really close together. They're separated by about half a second, so it's gonna be interesting for the fight for P2. I just don't really see anyone challenging Sam Lewis for pole here. As yep, a lot of people heading out here. Beard heading out. He's 2nd. He's trying to improve as much as he can. Sam Lewis also. He's on his out lap as he, I believe, just went. Yeah, he's heading out turn 4 here. So yeah, final runs here for all these drivers. We'll see how this goes. Gadi Alamani started his lap. He's heading down this long straight. DRS wide open here for the Sauber driver of Gadi Alamani. He's trying to look to get up to P2. Try to challenge for pole, but we'll see if he has the pace for that. As he might have tapped the wall there. Didn't look like it hurt him too bad though. Just brushed the wall as he heads down into turn 5 and 6 here. Let's see, it looked okay there. Yeah, Gadi Alamani heads up into the castle section as Jonathan Hibbett. He started his lap. I think ignore that. It says 17 seconds down. That was obviously his out lap. As Hibbett heads out of sector 1, he's down a 10th. He's not improving. As Ryan Searles on about to start his lap, and Maddox Beard also about to start his lap. These two have been kind of close together for 2 of the runs. But yeah, as Sam Lewis started his lap, he heads through turn 1. We're gonna watch Sam Lewis here, heading down into turn 2, sends it in there, flicks the wheel, perfect through that from Sam Lewis as he heads down the front straight. Sorry, not the front straight. This DR straightaway as he heads down at turn 3. Seems like a really good lap. There's so much confidence in that car for Sam Lewis. Looks like it's definitely going to be an improvement from Sam Lewis. Let's see. Yes, he is up 2/10. Drifts the car though through there, really pushing the limits as Maddox Beard. Let's see. He's up 6/10. So only has to find another 10th maybe, and he could get pole here. This is a really good lap for Maddox Beard here. But let's see, is Sam Lewis improving anymore? We'll have to see as he slides off of there as he heads down through these 2 kinks. This is going to be a really interesting battle for pole here. Beard just has to find a little bit more time, and he could get Sam Lewis. As here we go, heading down the hill, Sam Lewis. Is he improving anymore? He is 3/10 in the green. Beard has to. He's only up. Okay, I think the delta was actually wrong. He's only up 300 now. I don't know. It might, or maybe he made a mistake. He's actually no. He's up a 10th. Delta was a little weird there. Not sure what happened, but Sam Lewis up to the line. He's going to take pole most likely. Sam Lewis improves his time to a 1:37.6 for Sam Lewis as Beard heads up to the line. Will he be able to keep P2 though? Searles doesn't improve. Beard improves by a 10th to a 1:38.3, and Sam Lewis is on pole here in Azerbaijan. So Sam Lewis scores the pole here in Baku. Here's your results. Sam Lewis, Maddox Beard, Ryan Searles, Jonathan Hibbett, Gadi Alamani, Isaiah Hamilton, who retired early from qualifying, and then Elijah Wheeler and Royce Crown, who unfortunately got disqualified because he missed the pit lane, tried to reverse to try to get to the pit lane. Yep. All right, well, it's time for race time here in Azerbaijan. So yeah, 7/10 the gap was from first to second. Red Bull seems very fast once again, though. They're really fast in Spa, also really fast in Japan, but unfortunate stuff happened to Matic Spear. They're just bad luck. And Suzuka, he's trying to rebound. He's gonna have the inside of turn one if he can just get out to a good jump. Yeah, it's really gonna come down to that start. You obviously at these street courses you can't be as aggressive as you can in normal tracks because obviously there's not a lot of room for error here. Because if you make one big mistake, you could easily be in the barrier and your race could be over. But yeah, Lucas, what do you expect to see here here in the race here tonight?
So yeah, I expect Sam Lewis to get a really strong start. But I think if he has a weak start, obviously, I think Maddox Beard will be really the only competitor tonight besides maybe Ryan Searles, possibly for that uh lead. But obviously, they're gonna have to do it at the start of the race. They cannot wait any time. So yeah, if they wait any time, I don't see them getting the lead. So that might be the only opportunity they will have as we are starting the formation lap.
Yep, formation lap underway. This is the time for drivers to get their tires warmed up. We're 12 races in a Formula Legion. Sam Lewis has won 11 of them here as he's going to try to make it 12 here as this is race 12 Formula Legion. 8 drivers take on the streets of Baku. It's going to be a really interesting race to watch. If they could just stay in DRS here on the first lap, they could easily stay with Sam Lewis because of how powerful that DRS is. Looking at the tires here. Let's see here. So, oh, wrong thing. Tires. Beard is the only one on the mediums. The rest are on the hards. So that's gonna be interesting. Beard is gonna have the advantage on the first few laps, but then those tires are gonna wear. So we're gonna have to see how that's gonna work out for Beard. Yeah, he's on the medium tires. I'm assuming that's gonna be a mediums to hard strategy, while the rest of the field are gonna do hards to mediums. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out. Yep, you saw the tires. So yeah, time to get Baku underway here. So they have about half a lap left of pacing here, the formation lap. And yeah, we're gonna go racing here from the fast, tight streets of Baku. And yep. All right. Well, here we go. Head down, entering the front stretch here, and it's time to get the Azerbaijan Grand Prix underway here. Let's see the possible race strategies. No one's gonna go on the two-stop strategy because no one's on the soft compound tires, so it's only hards to mediums or mediums to hards if you're in Max Beard's position here. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Is a lot of weaving happening. Try to get temperature in the tires. Really important so you can get a good jump. But here we go. Time to get Azerbaijan underway. Yep, race crown, last car to grid up. And here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out. Away we go. We're underway for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As they head down at turn 1, Sam Lewis gets a good jump as they're all jockeying for positions heading through turn 1, heading into turn 2, the short shoot. Sam Lewis, a perfect start in the Red Bull as though there's contact. There was contact, no one wrecked, but there might have been some bodywork flying. But Sam Lewis out to already almost a second gap. He actually is over a second gap over Maddox Beard, and he's already out of DRS range within 2 corners. As they head down from turn 4 into turn 5. Now Beard, he's gonna try to. He has the fresher tires here, or he has the faster tires, but those tires are gonna wear later on. But he could use those tires to his advantage to try to stay in DRS, try to get in DRS. But I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to. Sam Lewis already pulling away. 1.2 seconds the gap as they head down into the castle section for the first time.
Yeah, Maddox Spear probably not happy with himself. Out of DRS range early. That is not what you want, and it's still lap 1. So yeah, going to be tough now to catch up. Obviously, he's on the medium compound tire, so obviously have to use that to your advantage quickly as Ryan Searles side by side.
Yeah, that was a really risky move from Ryan Searles. He went to the outside, and corner. You don't see a lot of moves there. But here comes Searles in the slipstream. He's going to wait to the front stretch, but he's going to try to get around Beard here. Here he comes to the outside with the slipstream. It's a huge train of slipstream, and this is going to be a huge fight for P2. As here we go, Searles P2 with a slipstream coming from the two behind. As here we go, Maddox Beard going to slot in a P3. Searles up to P2. DRS enabled, but no one's going to have DRS to Sam Lewis. 3 seconds the gap as they fought, and Sam Lewis says thank you very much, and he's going to pull away from all that fighting back there.
Honestly, second place to fourth, they're very close within their gaps. They're less than 5/10, so once we get to that front stretch again, we could definitely see a ton of chaos.
Yep, as here we go. Yep, lap 2 here as 3.4 seconds the gap from Searles to Sam Lewis. I just highly doubt that they're gonna catch Sam Lewis. Just doesn't really seem likely. As Beard honestly kind of struggling on the medium tires. I didn't really expect that. I thought he'd have the advantage, but I feel like he is kind of struggling right now on the medium tires because everyone's on the hards. I mean, the mediums are the softer tires, but I feel like he's just struggling right now. Just doesn't quite have the pace as they head down into these kinks. Sam Lewis still pulling away. Searles gonna try to hang on to P2, but Beard's gonna have DRS most likely on Ryan Searles, and Ryan Searles is gonna be very vulnerable down this front stretch here. Yeah, he's going to be definitely very vulnerable. As that was Jonathan Hibbett who ran wide off the final braking zone. He got really close to that wall, but fortunately for him, he keeps it out of the wall. As Beard's going to have DRS, but also Isaiah Hamilton's going to have DRS on Beard, and Hibbett's going to have DRS on Isaiah Hamilton as there are 3 wide here. This is for P6 here, as there's moves also here for P3. That is Isaiah Hamilton up to P3, as there's all a bunch of fighting position. Royce Crown gets up to the P6, as a lot of fighting happening down that front stretch here in Baku.
Great start so far for Isaiah Hamilton. He's up 3 spots from his original starting position. So great work by Isaiah Hamilton. He's going to look to chase down Ryan Searles for the second place position.
Yeah, that Mercedes seems very fast here. Max Beard already out of the podium spots. Just got to try to keep Jonathan Hibbett behind because, he just does not quite have the pace right now. And those tires are going to wear out a lot quicker, too, than everyone else. So that's obviously not going to be very good. He's going to have to conserve those tires more than everyone else. Because also Jonathan Hibbett made a mistake about 2 corners ago. He hit the wall a little bit, but he's okay. It's 4.1 seconds the gap. They're starting to settle in, but still, still not catching anything on Sam Lewis as they head down through these kinks here. As Ryan Searles P2. Isaiah Hamilton doesn't have the DRS, though. Max Beard is likely going to get around the Mercedes because Isaiah Hamilton's not in DRS. As here we go, heading out of the final braking zone for the 3rd time today as they head down through these final corners. As Max Beard gonna have the slipstream, gonna have the DRS as here he comes. DRS open for the Red Bull here. As here he comes. DRS open. Gonna have the slipstream also. Isaiah Hamilton goes to the fend. Beard to the outside. As they're gonna go side by side in that turn 1. Round the outside goes Beard. Up in the P3 once again. As they head down through turn 2, Beard leads this pack here. He's 3rd, but there's a good fight for the podium here. As Isaiah Hamilton going to try to take this 3rd place back. Here he comes to the inside, takes it back as here comes Hibbett sent to the inside. He had a look, not going to take the chance though. As Ryan Searles 4 seconds the gap. I mean, they're not really losing that much, but not really gaining much also. Searles has good pace right now, though, so it's going to be interesting to see I mean, he is honestly, he might have better pace than Sam Lewis right now, but keep in mind Sam Lewis could be not really pushing much. He could be just trying to conserve those tires. That could be a pretty big part of this race. Oh, that's contact. That is contact, and that is Beard in the barrier. That was contact in the castle section. As Beard in the wall. That also was Jonathan. I'm not sure what happened. Hibbett might have looked for a move into the castle section, and that might have forced Beard in the wall, and also that was also with damage. That's the kickstarter of Gadiel Alemania, and also that was the Ferrari in the barrier also again, but he went into the barrier. This is a VSC out, as chaos happening in that. In the castle section. That's what we expected to see at least once this race, and chaos ensued there.
Break for Maddox Beard, now down 4 positions from his original starting spot, was running decently in the top 3, but now he's going to probably struggle for the remainder of the race. Just the bad luck streak is continuing as Maddox Beard now heading into the pits. I believe Royce Crown is also in the pits.
It's honestly, that's also gonna kind of help Beard because he's gonna be able to go on the same strategy as everyone else here. As he's also, obviously he's repairing his wing, but he's gonna be able to go on the same strategy as everyone. He's already kind of in the back, so he's gonna stay in the same spot he was, and he can just get on the same strategy as everyone and just go from there as he slides. He almost wrecked the car, exiting the pits. We have ESC as they're way behind. But still, 25 seconds behind Gadiel Alemania. So, unfortunate for those 3 drivers. VSC probably going to come to an end here shortly. As Searles, with a 5.2 second gap behind Sam Lewis. It's going to be really interesting to see. He also gained a little bit under VSC's. VSC has ended as Ryan Searles got out to a way better jump on that after the VSC than Sam Lewis. 3.6 seconds the gap. He gained quite a lot as Searles heads down the hill. You see he has Sam Lewis in his sights. He's trying to catch Sam Lewis. It's going to be a tough task to do, though, as here we go. This is going to be a good fight for the podium also. This is going to be Jonathan Hibbett and Isaiah Hamilton. Remember, last Friday in Suzuka, it was Hibbett and Royce Crown battling for the podium. Now it's him and Isaiah Hamilton fighting for the podium today. As here we go. DRS enabled for Isaiah Hamilton here. He's going to get DRS. He goes to the inside. DRS enabled. He's going to easily get P3 here. Clears them before even the corner before they even got to the corner. As Isaiah Hamilton up into P3. Ryan Searles just trying to catch Sam Lewis, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to.
Yeah, he had a good start from the virtual safety car, but has dropped about 3/10 from where he got that advantage. So it's not looking great for Ryan Searles. He's looking to try to catch up.
Yep. So there's also fighting here. That's Royce Crown and Maddox Beard in turn 1. Crown gets up in a P6. Beard on a P7. More bad luck happened for Maddox Beard, and he's just honestly not had the luck he wanted these past few races. He is going to have DRS here, though. Is he going to be able to get P6 back? No, he's too far back. As lap 6 here. Searles, he's good in a few spots, and but then Sam Lewis faster than him in a few spots, so that gap is staying relatively the same. But if he's gonna catch him, he's got to be faster, obviously, and he's not quite doing that quite yet. As Searles, just trying to catch Sam Lewis, but obviously a really hard task to do, considering Sam Lewis is obviously still the fastest driver right now in the league.
As Bryce said, actually. The gap has been staying pretty stable. It's been between 3.6 to 3.9 seconds. So I don't know if we have another virtual safety car, it could cause the gap to close even more. If Ryan Searles has that amazing start, his last safety car is Ryan Searles' fastest lap, 142.117.
Yeah, Searles seems very fast to ride on board with it through the first 2 corners. He seems very fast. He's got Alemania into the pits here. I believe he's repairing his front wing or something. into the pits. Is this also going to open up the opportunity for Royce Crown, Maddox Beard, and also maybe Elijah Wheeler to get around Gadi Alemany here? Yep, front wing change here. As yeah, they're gonna easily pass Gadi Alemany here. So, yeah, Gadi Alemany gonna fall down to P8, unfortunately for him, but he should be able to try to reclaim those places back. Actually, it's gonna be kind of close here. Is he gonna get down to P8? It's gonna be interesting. Out of the pits, he comes out just in front of the Ferrari of Elijah Wheeler. But he is gonna have DRS. Elijah Wheeler might have a look here. He is gonna have a look. But will he commit to it? Yes, he will. Down the inside as there's contact, and around he goes. Good save though from the Ferrari of Elijah Wheeler. Yeah, that could have been way worse. As yeah, a little bit of contact, but good save though. Is now the Kickstabber gonna try to set his sights on to get P5 or P6 here. As yeah, he obviously has the fresher tires, so it's gonna be interesting to see what he can do.
Yeah, so yeah, looking at Ryan Searles, he has dropped significantly. Oh, so there's a caution in sector 2. Not too sure what that is.
Yeah, not sure. That was kind of weird, but yeah, Searles now. Yeah, I think Sam Lewis picked up the pace a little bit. He's getting out to a 5-second advantage now over Ryan Searles. So. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Searles going to have to really push if he's going to try to catch Sam Lewis, but also he's going to have to take tire saving into consideration. I don't know if he's done that very well because Sam Lewis might already be having that tire advantage over Ryan Searles. As you see, they head down through turn 3. Can't even see Sam Lewis, though, heading into turn 4. So we'll see. Might be able to see him, though, later in the lap. As there is also a little bit of body work on the track there out of the final corner to get that cleaned up, though. Marshall's get that cleaned up as Sam Lewis heads up into the castle section. Searles heading also up into the castle section, but he is 5 seconds behind and also losing time to Sam Lewis, unfortunately, for Ryan Searles. As Isaiah Hamilton is also yellow flag sector 1 again. That's Ryan Searles. Sorry, not Ryan Searles. That is Elijah Wheeler, who is out of the race. I'm not sure what happened. He may have just retired the car, so not going to be a safety car. It wasn't a crash, so no safety car. So, yeah, I believe he just pulled it to the pits and retired. Apologies saying Ryan Searles. That was Elijah Wheeler, though, that went to the pits and unfortunately retires from the race. Just didn't quite have the pace that he wanted. As also to say Hamilton, something happened to him because he's 13 seconds behind Gadi Alemany. I'm not sure what happened with him. The Sam Lewis fastest lap. He's consistently citing his fastest laps. As Ryan Searles just losing time right now to Sam Lewis, just like multiple seconds a lap, and it's just not good pace from the Williams. There is fighting here. That was not actually. I think that was Maddox Beard who had made a mistake or something. Yeah, Gadi Alemany up into P5, but he's got a long way to go to catch Royce Crown. Currently, Williams running 2nd and 4th right now. They're the only, actually, never mind. They're one of the 2 teams who have both drivers in the field. It's obviously Sam Lewis and Maddox Beard on Red Bull and Ryan Searles and Royce Crown in the Williams. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's causing these yellow flags, but yeah, is 8 seconds the gap from Sam Lewis to Ryan Searles. Yeah, just losing time. Just yeah, it's not. Again, like I said, not good pace. Is also it's also Jonathan Hibbett who's in the podiums. Podium place is also Isaiah Hamilton to the pits, as he's also going to retire from the session. So unfortunate for Isaiah Hamilton. He's now 6 drivers left in the race. None of the DNFs have been by accident or been by crash, but 2 of them just decided wasn't worth continuing, and they both pulled it was Elijah Wheeler and Isaiah Hamilton who both pulled into the pits and retired from the session early. As you see Royce Crown heading up through the. That was a big moment actually from Royce Crown. He's really sliding. Royce Crown, that was a big moment through the castle section, as that also allowed Gadi Alemany to catch Royce Crown quite a lot. Alemany has really solid pace in the Sauber here. He heads down down the hill here and into the final breaks on the track. Is he going to be able to get in DRS here? No, probably not, but he could get it in the next lap. Yeah, that was a big mistake from Royce Crown. He couldn't really afford that. There's Gadiel Maney chasing him down here as they head down the front stretch here. Yeah, just a lot of people spread out right now. As Ryan Stroll's I believe he might have gained a little bit. Might have gained half a second since we last checked, but still 7 seconds a gap. He's gonna have to really have a big pace advantage over Sam Lewis if he's gonna try to catch him. But I highly doubt it's gonna happen. I mean, he gains a little bit sometimes and he loses a little bit. Sam Lewis just really inconsistent right now. From Ryan Stroll's Max Beard into the pits once again, as he is going to go on the medium tire. Oh, he's going to retire from the session also. So now 5 drivers left in the session.
Yeah, tough break for Maddox Beard. Obviously, and probably for all 3 of these drivers, especially Maddox Beard, though. Obviously started second and then some contact, I believe, with Jonathan Hibbett. So unfortunate for him, unfortunate for the Rebel Racing Group, and same with Mercedes. Isaiah Hamilton was running I believe as high as the 2nd position. So just unfortunate for him that he has also dropped out of the Grand Prix. So both of these drivers are going to have to look for points for next race.
Well, I'm back again, and yeah, I'm absolutely furious. I'm absolutely fuming right now. This is just getting out of hand. Well, if you want to know what happened to me, let's just say the setup that I got was supposed to be a race setup, and it was not a race setup. The straightaway speed was, like, undrivable, so, yeah, that's another DNF for me. Because there's no point of racing when I'm losing 2 seconds on a straightaway.
Yeah, unfortunate for Maddox Beard, but yeah, looking just really everyone's spread out. But Gadiel Maney is closing on Royce Crown. This is really the only action we have right now on track. I feel like after he gets around, though, not going to be a lot to really talk about until pit stops here in Baku. But here comes Gadiel Maney. He does not have DRS quite yet, but I think with his pace right now, he could definitely get DRS here entering the next lap.
Sam Lewis did Leclerc almost. He might have damage.
Does he have damage? Let's see.
He
actually does. There is damage on Sam Lewis. Sam Lewis does have damage. That was a big ball from Sam Lewis, and yes, he does have wing damage, and that opens the door for Ryan Searles to try to catch Sam Lewis. We'll see, though. Yeah, it's really frustrating for Sam Lewis. I mean, it'll be interesting if he repairs that wing on the pit stop, or if he just lives with it for the rest of the race. But either way, he's gonna lose a lot of time, and this might open the door for Ryan Searles to try to get this race win.
Yeah, this is what Ryan Searles needed. Now the gap is 4.7 seconds. So as you can see, he is pretty close in about 3 seconds. Sam Lewis now in the pits.
He heads to the pits. Is he repairing the wing now? Yes, he is. He is repairing the wing, and he pits early, and he goes on the medium tire. As this is really interesting because he's gonna have to try to get those medium tires to the end if he's gonna try to win this race. And I don't know if those medium tires are gonna last that long. Ryan Searles takes over the lead of the Grand Prix, as he's obviously gonna keep the lead because Sam Lewis obviously had to change that front wing. So now it's up to Sam Lewis here, try to conserve those tires, but also keep the same pace he had, and just try to get the lead back. I think that's what his plan was. He's just gonna get the stop over with and repair that wing, get that over with, and just try to catch him for the rest of the race because he has plenty of time. But it's gonna be interesting to see as he's 3 seconds behind Jonathan Hibbett, who got up to P2 with that pit stop from Sam Lewis. Is also looking, Gadiel Maney is not really caught up much on Royce Crown. Those medium tires kind of falling off. On Royce Crown, he's pushing a lot. Both of them are the mediums, but I think Gadiel Maney was pushing them a little bit too much, and Royce Crown matched them a little bit more than Gadiel Maney did. So that gap's staying relatively the same. If he can get in DRS, then it's game on for P4, but not quite in DRS yet on the Williams. It's looking Sam Lewis is closing in on Jonathan Hibbett, of course. He obviously has fresher tires and obviously the best pace in the field right now, but it's going to be interesting to see because he's going to have maybe like 5 seconds to catch up on Ryan Searles if he's going to win this race still. That was a rare mistake from Sam Lewis, but obviously it happens sometimes. It's easy to have. It's easy. It's an easy thing to do in Baku, and unfortunately Sam Lewis makes that crucial mistake. It might cost him the race victory.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep going.
If I was up there, if I had an actual setup, I think I probably could have won the race. But sucks for Sam. I don't think he's gonna be able to win. To be honest, I mean, yeah, he's fast, but is he fast enough? Is he that much faster than Ryan Searles? In my opinion, I don't think he is. But those hard tires, this is Sam. Okay, Sam was on the mediums. The thing is, those mediums are much better than the hards, so there's a chance. But I think Sterling's gonna come into the pits here. I think in a few laps, but
Yes.
we'll see.
The thing is also Stroll's gonna have fresher mediums too. He's gonna have like multiple lap fresher mediums. And Sam Lewis right on the rear gearbox. He's not gonna waste any time. Goes to the inside and he goes up in a P2. It's really close though. Really tight corner to make a move. Really aggressive to Sam Lewis, but he makes it work as they head down through the castle section. Sam Lewis gets up in the P2 and now it's game on. Can he catch Ryan Searles here? Here in these 13, 14 laps that they have? Charles is probably going to want to come into the pits here soon, or else Sam Lewis might actually get first back. I think he might still have the he might be close enough to even overtake Ryan Searles when Searles pits. I'm not sure. Searles is going to stay out another lap. It's going to be interesting to see when he pits. 14.8 seconds to get. Sam Lewis is really going to be closing in these laps here. It's gonna be interesting if he might be close enough, honestly, to get Ryan Searles on the pit stop as it's his fastest lap.
What I'm thinking is maybe Searles goes on the softs potentially. I'm kind of thinking. Also, did you see what happened to me and Royce in Castle?
A little bit. It was hard. It was a horrible camera angle, but I kind of saw it.
He basically missed. He did a left line, and then I tried to go anywhere and ran into him. But I think honestly now I'm kind of thinking Sam is probably gonna retake the lead. Probably.
Yeah, Searles, if he's going to keep this lead, he's going to have to come in here shortly because, he is losing a lot of time to Sam Lewis right now. Yeah, I think Sam Lewis is going to retake this lead, honestly. But the thing is, Sam Lewis is going to be on way worn mediums, so, I mean, Ryan Searles, he might still have the pace advantage, but he's going to have a lot of time to make up, honestly, because, yeah, I think Sam Lewis is still going to keep this lead. I don't know how he did it, but, yeah, he's somehow closing so much on Ryan Searles. Searles is going to have to come in the pits here soon if he's going to try to at least have a chance at keeping the lead, or at least just if he loses the lead, at least be closer to them. As, yeah, 12 seconds the gap here. 12.8 seconds the gap from Searles to Sam Lewis. Searles looks like he's heading into the pits now.
Yep.
Yes, he is heading into the pits here. Let's see. It's going to be a crucial pit stop here from the Williams. Sam Lewis, he's going to take this lead back somehow. I don't even know how he did it, but yeah, Sam Lewis going to take this lead back. He heads down the front stretch. Sam Lewis is gonna take the lead even maybe before Searles even got to his pit box. Searles gonna lose a lot of time here. He might lose out to Jonathan Hibbett here. He can't really afford that. As here we go, heading into turn 2, they're side by side. As Searles gonna be P2 here. As but Hibbett's gonna have DRS here. He does not want to lose the spot though. I don't think he will.
Hibbett's not going to pass him. He's going to stay back,
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised Sam Lewis was able to keep that lead. I'm honestly shocked. But he did have a 7-second gap, so I guess that's probably part of it. So he was able to, or had more like a 5-second gap when he pit, and that's about how long it takes to repair the wing. So he was able to get a good undercut there on Ryan Searles. But Searles has the faster pressure tires, so. We'll have to see if that's gonna come into play here, because he has 12 laps here to try to catch Sam Lewis. Will that task be possible? We'll have to see, but he's definitely gonna have to warm up those mediums, and we'll have to see what he can do here in these next 12 laps as they head down into this corner here. Ryan Searles is trying to do everything he can. He's gonna have to really push here to try to catch the Red Bull of Sam Lewis, who heads through these final corners. Sam Lewis heads onto the front stretch here. Searles heads onto the front stretch. Yep, 6 seconds the gap about. So he's gonna have a lot of time to make up, but he has the fresher tires, like I said. So we'll have to see as Sam Lewis sets the fastest lap. Ryan Searles heads over the line here. He's gonna start his first full lap on those medium tires here here in the race. Is 6 seconds the gap. He's losing time right now to Sam Lewis, but he hasn't quite got the temperature into those medium tires quite yet. At least not as much as Sam Lewis has. As Sam Lewis heads through turn 3 and into turn 4. Sam Lewis just got to prevent a mistake like he did. That's all he really needs to do, and he's probably got this race win. As Ryan Searles 6 seconds, he did gain a little bit there. As yeah, he did gain about maybe a few hundredths there. As Gadi Alemany in the pits here. As he heads into his pit box, going onto the hard compound tires once again. I'm not sure if those might be used hard tires. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
yeah,
they are used. There's 6 laps.
Yeah, that was the tires he started on. I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty there for crossing the white line though, because he went all the way onto that curb, but I think he kept all 4 tires in it somehow. But yeah, 6.1 seconds the gap. Ryan Searles managing that gap, but still, it's just not gaining enough here if he's going to try to catch Sam Lewis by the end of the race.
I think Sam probably got it at this point. I don't know. I think even with foreign tires, Sam is quicker, so.
Ryan Searles, though, he's managing the gap, but still Sam Lewis is a few tenths faster. You see him heading through turn 1, and also Searles heads into turn 1. 6.5 seconds the gap here. There's 10 laps to go here in Baku. Just doesn't look like Searles has the pace to catch the Red Bull Sam Lewis, who's probably gonna make it 12 wins in a row here. He's won every sprint race, won every Grand Prix, and looks like he's going to continue that streak here today. And I wouldn't be shocked if he could just win every race this season, all 21 races. We'll have to see, but yeah, it's still going to be a lot more races for him to win if he's going to do that.
Hey, did you announce or no the thing? You know?
Oh yeah, I don't think I ever did. Yeah, I'll make that announcement on the YouTube channel later. But there was an announcement regarding Sam Lewis. I forgot to announce. That was announced about like a week ago. But Sam Lewis, was announcement regarding him that I'll announce later tonight after the conclusion of this race. As Ryan Searles just not gaining anything on Sam Lewis right now. His 6.5 seconds the gap is staying the same right now. As they head out of the final braking zone, heading on to 9 laps to go. Sam Lewis heads over the line or onto the front stretch, about to head over the line. Yeah, just Sam Lewis got to prevent any mistakes here to try to, because if he makes a mistake like he did, then the door is wide open again for Ryan Searles to win this race. As 9 laps to go here. See how this goes. As 6.7 seconds the gap. Still, Sam Lewis has the pace advantage over Ryan Searles, even on a few lap more worn tires than Ryan Searles.
Yep. Jonathan Hibbett into the pits. He's finally gonna turn around his luck. It's been okay, but hasn't been great recently. I also want to mention Sam Lewis isn't really pulling away much from Ryan Searles, but a little bit, but it's something because, I don't know. I mean, he's not really, maybe like a tenth a lap, but like, other than that, he's not really pulling away. So you gotta really watch him. You gotta watch him through this section right here. This is where he gets squirrely. So.
Also Royce Crown went into the pits, so it looks like he's gonna be on for a podium finish here tonight in Baku. So pretty solid race. He is 34 seconds behind the leaders. So there's a huge gap from him to the top two. Yeah, like you said, yeah, Maddox to Sam Lewis. Yeah, maybe about a tenth a lap, but yeah, still, yeah, Ryan Stroll's keeping good pace, but just not quite enough to catch Sam Lewis. He did gain quite a lot there, but yeah, it's still just 7 seconds the gap. Not really not gonna have enough time to catch that much within 8 laps here in Baku.
Yeah, I just want to mention, give a little hint, the news that we're going to announce later. It's pretty lead changing, I would say. It'll pretty much change the whole, not really direction of the lead, but it'll change the future of the lead for sure. But it's only regarding Sam Lewis, but it'll definitely change some teams. So I might have spoiled it, but just wanted to say that.
Yeah. 7.3 seconds the gap here is they head down through turn 2. Yeah, Sam Lewis still has better pace. He doesn't really have to worry right now as long as he doesn't make a mistake as he heads down through turn 4, heading up into turn 5 and 6 here in Azerbaijan. Yeah, no battles really happening on the track right now. We've seen 3 DNFs today, none by accident, but all 3 of them were by them retiring in the pit lane, just not wanting to continue the race. So, yeah, but 5 drivers here are going to most likely finish this race. I mean, we still have 8 laps for something to happen, but still. Yeah, Sam Lewis right now still pulling away over Ryan Searles by a few tenths a lap over Ryan Searles. As Jonathan Hibbett is currently on for a podium finish for the first time in quite a while. As Royce Crown about to finish P4. He got disqualified in qualifying because he missed the pit lane, and he tried to reverse to try to get back into pit lane, and the game disqualified him for going the wrong way. Is also Getty Almani. He's trying to catch Royce Crown. He got involved in an early accident that involved Max Beard, I believe. Also Royce Crown. I believe Jonathan also might have got a piece of it. He had to come in and repair his wing, so he's 4.4 seconds behind Royce Crown. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's been happening if you're just tuning in. We have about 7 laps to go here in Baku. As, yeah, you see the gaps here. Yeah, not really much happening, though, on track right now.
We have seen a lot of late race incidents, so obviously with the field spread out and not many drivers, obviously that's going to be tougher, but if one driver makes a mistake and crashes, that could obviously cause a safety car, can obviously change the outcome of this race, can definitely help Ryan Searles, who's on fresher tires, but I would probably expect maybe most of these drivers to probably pit.
Yeah. Over the track, clouds have started to form. Don't think that's going to cause any rain, but and cautions.
Oh no!
Oh!
And it's VSC.
That's a VSC, and that's yes, Royce Crown into the pits. He's gonna dive into the pits here. As yeah, we were just talking about someone making a mistake. I'm not sure what happened to Jonathan Hibbett. I don't know if it was a wreck. I'm not sure. But that was a mistake for Jonathan Hibbett, and his luck, unfortunately, does not turn around tonight. As Jonathan Hibbett out of the session at a VSC, not a full safety car though.
And
Royce Brown now on the soft, so that's going to be very interesting for him.
Gadiel Alamani is on pace for his first podium in Formula Allegiant.
Yeah, obviously. Oh my gosh, you're a minute behind. Ryan Searles, that's crazy. But yeah, that's honestly interesting. I wonder if Sam Lewis will pit here. I doubt it. Nope. It's not a full safety car, so probably not. Yeah, no. But I mean, if Ryan Searles, nah, I don't think it'd be a smart decision to pit. Now to think about it, unless he wanted to go for fast lap. I mean, he could do that, but he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna enter the pits. So VSC, not a full safety car. Obviously, safety cars are on standard here. That's a drive-through penalty for Royce Crown for speeding on the VSC. He was likely still gonna finish where he was anyway, but still. We're back racing here. It's a good restart from Ryan Searles once again on Sam Lewis, but yeah, he did that on the first VSC. He was really good on the restart, but then he started to fall back on Sam Lewis the last VSC. That's probably a similar thing that's going to happen here. If it was a full safety car, though, it would have been game on against Sam Lewis. Sorry, I think it's reduced safety cars today, not standard.
It is reduced, but it's standard. We usually do increase.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, standard. You know, you should do increased safety cars, and if it was increased, then that would have probably easily been a safety car, and that would have been really interesting to see how that would have went. But yeah, 7 seconds to go. No, 7.2 in the castle section. Yeah, Sam Lewis still has a better pace. He's lucky that wasn't a safety car. As Sam Lewis heads down the hill, Sam Lewis on track still to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Yeah, Gali Alemany, he is gonna probably come home if he makes no mistakes. He is gonna get his first podium at Formula Allegiant on with the kick Sauber. So yeah, a really great race to Gali Alemany, a really good recovery drive. Also, I do want to point out half the field has TNF from this race, so that's absolutely insane. That's about the most. I don't think it's the most DNFs we've had in Formula Agent, because obviously there's been more, but with the percentage of how many people have finished, this is probably the most, because 50% is gonna finish, 50% is out of the race right now.
Ryan Searles has caught up a lot. He's up, mate. He's up about. Obviously, he got about 2 seconds off the virtual safety car, I believe. Now it's about 1 second. So honestly, I think if he could pick up this pace just a little bit more, and Sam Lewis possibly making a mistake, this could maybe lead to a Ryan Searles victory.
Yeah, Sam Lewis. Yeah, we're gonna have to see. He's just gotta keep it out of the barriers for a few more laps, and he's got the win. But we'll see. I mean, obviously he made that mistake before. He obviously knows not to make that mistake. He doesn't want to, but it definitely could happen. Yeah, got close to the wall there as he heads through the castle section. Yeah, Sam Lewis obviously just gotta keep it clean. He's got the win, but Ryan Searles, yeah, he did gain a little bit. He did gain a little bit of Sam Lewis, but then he loses time through the castle section. That's really where his weak spot is, but then everywhere else he's pretty solid as he heads down through these corners here, the downhill into the final braking zone. The track, yeah, lap 22 and 26 heading on to lap 23. So we're gonna head on to 4 laps to go, and I don't think we can see any safety cars. I don't think from this lap on. I think we maybe count on 4 to go, but I think on 3 to go, I don't think you can.
Yeah, I noticed it takes like a lap or 2 for Sam to get like back comfortable after like a BSC. Now he's just pulling away at this point. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make a mistake either. So it's gonna be 12 in a row, and we head to Monza, which is kind of the polar opposite of this next weekend. So that'll be interesting. Can he go 13 in a row? Wouldn't be shocked.
Yep. Yeah, we go to the top full speed. Yeah, next Friday. Actually, we'll see. Actually, it might not be next Friday because I'm gonna be busy on Friday, so I have to see if we're gonna delay that. Unless, yeah, if we don't delay it, then it's not gonna be a broadcast, unfortunately, next week. But yeah, at least sometime next weekend we will be going to the top full speed in Monza. But yeah, Sam Lewis 7.2 seconds over Ryan Searles just dominated this race even after his mistake. Yeah, Searles has been managing the gap, but Sam Lewis just got off to a really good start, and after that he's just had the gap to keep Ryan Searles behind, and he also has just a slightly better pace than Ryan Searles. As yeah, heading on to 3 laps to go here, Sam Lewis just has a few more corners here, and as long as he makes no mistakes, he will take a little bit of pressure off his shoulders, because he obviously knows that there's not going to be any safety cars in this race, not any full safety cars, so he won't have to worry about that. As yeah, all he needs to do is just not make any mistakes, and he'll be able to win this race. But Ryan Searles heads down the front stretch also. 6.9 seconds the gap. He's keeping the gap around the same every lap, but not enough to catch Sam Lewis for this win. Gali Alemany looking like he's going to be on for a podium as Royce Crown 18 seconds behind him. Got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. The last VSC we had a few laps to go. So unfortunate for him, he's going to finish outside the podium. The only driver on track that will finish outside the podium, as the rest behind Royce Crown have DNF from this race. As yeah, Sam Lewis, yeah, it just seems like he's just going to have to make no mistakes. Like we said, he's going to be fine. Yeah, Searles, 7 seconds the gap, though. Just trying to do everything he can to catch Sam Lewis right now.
It's interesting. The right front of Sam Lewis's car, the tire, it's a little bit worn. It looks like it's the 35% range. Once that gets over 50, it's pretty much you got a box. I don't think it will get over 50, but that's interesting. I think it'll be fine, but a little slip from the tires, and that could put you in a barrier. So.
Yeah, and also if you do hit the wall, I think it takes a little bit of percentage off the tires. Also, I remember it did that a lot in F123. I don't really know on F124, but I do remember F123. That's how it was. It took quite a few percentage off the tires if you hit the wall, and I think that I'd imagine it's probably the same in this game. But Ryan Searles, he had 7.1 seconds the gap, just keeping that gap the same. He's had good pace, and this will definitely give him at least some momentum heading into Monza, knowing he can keep pace with Sam Lewis. It's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna go. We have two fast tracks here back to back this race and Monza, so it's gonna be interesting to see. Has 7.1 seconds the gap still in turn one. Yeah, Searles was just closer. He definitely could have challenged Sam Lewis for this win.
Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking. I don't know if it's more possible for me to actually not have something go wrong and get a podium or Lando Norris winning the world championship. I'm kind of thinking Lando Norris might win a world championship before something goes right for me in this, but yeah, we'll see. Both are very unlikely, but this is, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else. Else is more likely Sam Lewis not winning a race, or not winning a race, or Max Beard not having something go wrong. I don't know, but yeah.
If something goes right for me, then I assume something will go wrong for Sam. That's probably how it'll go. So.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Heading through these two corners, Sam Lewis gonna see the final lap here in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Not been the most entertaining race we've had, but still been I guess a fairly clean one. I think we've only had really one accident really today that caused a DNF. I think it was Jonathan, but I'm not sure what happened to him. Could be wrong. I mean, it caused a VSC, so probably something had to happen to him. As yeah, Sam Lewis starts the final lap here in Azerbaijan. He's gonna start the final lap, and he's gonna definitely go ahead and get this win. You're gonna get 12 wins in a row in Azerbaijan. As Ryan Searles 7.2 seconds back. Again, like I said, if he was close enough to get in like DRS something, he definitely could have challenged for this win, but just wasn't quite there from the start. He just didn't. Obviously he just didn't qualify good enough to try to stay with Sam Lewis, and unfortunately that's kind of what costed him. Because if he qualified, say maybe second, he could have probably tried to manage that gap with Sam Lewis and try to fight for this win. But with him qualifying a little bit too far back, he could have. Did qualify a little bit too far back. I think he qualified in like third. He had to get around Max Beard, and that just lost time. That lost him time to Sam Lewis, and yeah, Sam Lewis ultimately able to pull away after that, and yeah, Sam Lewis was able to manage the gap and take home this win as he heads through these two kinks for the final time here. Sam Lewis put on a dominant drive once again for the 12th time. In Formula Allegiant, he's gonna come home with a win. Sam Lewis won every race, and he's gonna keep that trend going today as he heads to the final braking zone. As he heads down into the final two corners, Sam Lewis heads through these two corners. And Sam Lewis heads onto the front stretch, and Sam Lewis up to the line. He's gonna take the checker flag, and he wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 12 wins in a row for Sam Lewis. He wins in Baku. Ryan Searles heads up to the line. He's going to finish 7.3 seconds behind Sam Lewis. A pretty good drive from Ryan Searles. He managed the gap about similar pace to Sam Lewis, just was not able to catch Sam Lewis in the end. Gadi Alemany and Rory Scroll have quite a while to go to finish the race. Gadi Alemany heads through the castle section, but Gadi Alemany is going to finish. If he just keeps it clean through these final few corners, he's going to take his first podium in Formula Allegiant as he heads through these two kings for the final time. the Sauber. It's going to be Sauber's first podium also for Allegiant. It's been a good race for Gatti Alemany as he heads through here and heading into the final braking zone on the track. Just got to keep it clean. And Gatti Alemany is going to have the podium. Also, Royce Crown is going to finish P4, 12 seconds behind Gatti Alemany. As Gatti Alemany heads through the final corners, it's going to be a first podium for the Kick Sauber driver of Alemany as he heads down the front stretch. Gatti Alemany, first podium for Allegiant. He finishes P3 on the podium for Kick Sauber. As Royce Crown heads up to the line, he's going to finish in P4. As Royce Crown P4 in Baku. And that will do it for Formula Allegiant in Baku. Not the most entertaining race, but it was definitely still a pretty solid race as, yep, Sam Lewis wins. You're going to look at your results here on your screen. Then we'll head to interviews here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and do an interview, just because, yeah.
Yeah. See if podium ceremonies starting now. All right, well that will do it from Azerbaijan. Sam Lewis comes home with the win. Then it's Ryan Searles, who had a pretty solid race. Just didn't quite have the qualifying position to really get to try to stay with Sam Lewis. And then Gatti Alemany takes his first podium in Formula Allegiant. Then Royce Crown finished P4, and the 5th race got unfortunately retired from the race early. As Hibbett, Beard, Zay Hamilton, and Elijah Wheeler, who unfortunately ended their race early with DNFs. Jonathan Hibbett was the only one, though, that DNF'd with a crash. But, yeah, alright, well that will do it here from Baku. We're going to go ahead into the interview room here now. But, yeah, as you're going to hear that music in the background, just don't mind that. F124 music. But yeah, Sam Lewis gets his 12th win in a row. Yeah, he's really just dominating here in Formula Allegiant. But be sure to stay tuned on the channel because I will make a community post about that big announcement with Sam Lewis here. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned here with that as yeah. All right, we're gonna go ahead into interviews here. Yeah, in the interview room now.
Just had to because I got my
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Bryce Croft, commentator, has joined the paddock. Hello, commentator.
Okay. Okay.
I promise I'm not on drugs. Don't trust me.
I just watched the other two
FA out
from
of
in the
contact.
cooldown room,
That is
and I just got
totally out
P3
of
while being a
context.
minute behind.
Alright, let's go ahead and start interviews here. So I think first would be I think it'd be Jonathan Hibbett, right? Yeah.
No, I think it'd be.
Oh yeah, it'd be you. Or yeah, oh yeah, Isaiah Hamilton. Never mind. Yeah. Alright. So wait. Hold up. Is Isaiah Hamilton here?
He's not. No, he's not in here. You numbnuts.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll start with Maddox Beard then. So yeah, Maddox Beard. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Chill. Okay. Be quiet while we do interviews. Okay. So Maddox Beard. So yeah, it was honestly a pretty unfortunate race. He qualified really well, but unfortunately, just bad luck happened. We obviously heard your thoughts a little bit on the broadcast, but still, yeah, just what happened to end your race early.
Oh yeah, I mentioned this. I got a setup that was supposedly a race setup from a pretty good driver, not in this lead, but pretty good. And it turned out it was a quality setup, and I got completely bamboozled. I mean, it was all kind of my fault, but also, I mean, and I see a race something that says race setup, I'm gonna try to use it. But yeah, I mean, it was good in the corners, but obviously on the straightaways, it was just a bust. Couldn't do anything. And then once I saw, I think it was Isaiah and Elijah retire, I just decided to retire because I mean P6 with that wouldn't be bad, and it wasn't gonna be able to get Gadiel or Rory. So yeah, P6, another unfortunate race. It's really getting out of hand. We'll see at Monza what I can do, but who knows?
Yep. So yeah, do you think if luck goes on your side, do you think you can try to challenge for a race win in Monza?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I'm decent there, and I just really just need to get the wings right, and I'll be fine. But yeah, I'm just disappointed. I'm just wanting a podium at this point because it seems like that's pretty much not happening anymore. So.
Yep. All right, we're going to move on to Jonathan Hibbett. So, Jonathan Hibbett, you ready?
Yes.
All right. So, it was a pretty solid race up until your DNF. So, what happened to take you out of the race early?
Well, I was going into turn one, hit my normal braking point, and then I guess on the exit, car just became unsettled, tried to get the wheel straight, and just got caught out in the wall. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. It's not the birthday luck that we wanted. It's more the birthday curse. But yeah, you just hate to be in those moments and you know have a race ruined like that because we were running in a podium position and yeah, it just sucks.
Yeah. So I mean, it was still a pretty solid race overall until that DNF happened. Do you think you'll be able to have a good race at Monza?
Yeah, I mean Monza, I really don't have an issue where the car's gonna become unsettled like that. We have decent pace at Monza, and hopefully, we can give it a show there, give it a run.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go and move on to Royce Crown, your P4 finisher. So Royce Crown, you ready?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, Royce Crown is kind of unfortunate. You honestly running pretty solid, but you do finish last out of the everyone that finished the race. Ultimately, just what happened to have you finish in the place you got?
I was running in a podium position, P3, pretty solid. I would have had it locked down. I saw that Johnny, he went into the wall. I saw yellow flags and a retirement. I assumed a retirement in turn one would be a safety car. So I dove into the pits, threw on the softs, come out to a virtual, which that obviously did not work at all. And then from there on, it was just do my best to close the gap to P3. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Do you think you can have a good race in Monza?
Yeah, absolutely, Monza. I'm pretty quick around Monza, so as long as everything goes my way, aim for the podium. I would assume.
Yep. All right, we're gonna move on to who's it? Gadi Almani. So, Gadi Almani, you ready?
Yeah.
So you score your first podium in Formula Allegiant. So what was it like getting your first podium, and how were you able to do it?
Let's see. It was a horrible race for me, but from the car, I never felt comfortable. The rear tires were horrible. It's still good to get a podium though. Not in the way I wanted it, but it's still a podium, so I'll take it.
Yep. Do you think you can try to get another podium, maybe challenge for a win in Monza?
Maybe not a win, but I'm really pretty good around Monza, especially during quali. So I think if I show up, I could have a good week.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go move on to Ryan Searles. Now your P2 finisher. So Ryan Searles, ready?
Loud and clear.
Yep. So, yeah, you had a pretty solid race. Just unfortunately, was not able to catch Sam Lewis. You were managing the gap throughout that pretty much the whole race. So what was it like just trying to manage to try to catch Sam Lewis, and what more did you need to catch him?
Well, it sucks we didn't have any safety cars this race. I kind of think everyone, barring maybe one or two people, were kind of banking their race around a safety car. I mean, you never like to do that, but based on the way the last few races have gone, I think everyone thought that we were going to get a full safety car instead of virtuals. But yeah, in terms of my race, I saw nobody after lap two and then just raced my life out as much as I could because sometimes when you do not have the upper edge when it comes to pace compared to your competitors, aka Sam Lewis, I can't really do much else to beat him. I have to uh, drive a lot harder than I normally would, risk crash in the car, and I'm not that kind of driver. I'm usually someone who I wouldn't say rides around, but usually in a league that runs strict corner cutting, standard damage around street circuits, I would hope that I could, maybe hope for some misfortune, kind of ride around, think, all right, I'll take this careful, manage my tires. But no, I was killing the tires, as you could see the entire time. I set fastest lap, and then I realized when Sam Lewis started to do the same, I'm like, yeah, well, I good luck doing this consistently, because there was no shot at doing that. I couldn't do that, and so, I go back and um, look at some of these clips, or whether they be over TikTok or wherever, and I see I'm heard good and bad things about Sam Lewis. So it's like I want to get a chance to race him. I want to get a chance to be at the front and just do something. But after I got by his teammate, it was a 3 second gap, and it was necessarily let's try to manage this the entire race. It was nice to not be P3 for once because I feel like every quali session or even race session I've ended up P3. So it was nice knowing that. I mean, as long as I didn't DNF, I was gonna be minimum P2, and that was nice for a change. But yeah, I mean, I've like I was no, I've heard these things, good and bad both. And I also heard Sam Lewis say last week that my competitors, they seem to match me in low speed braking zones or low speed braking areas, and Baku has a lot of that. I looked at the theoretical bests from our fastest sectors, and it was actually the lowest speed corners in sector 2 that he was beating me in. If you look at the race director, everything in sector 1 and sector 3 was kind of leveling out. So I feel like next time I'm just not gonna listen to what people say and just try to find a way around it and and do so differently because you know surprised my body's hurting after this race with how hard I pushed. It was a it was a shame not to get anything else from it, but I think P2 was probably all I could do, and yeah, it's crazy to think. I mean, of course, when you win 12 in a row, or is it 12 now? I think it's either 11 or
Yes,
12,
Joe.
but either way, it's crazy to think. It sucks what happened to Isaiah because I'm sure he would have been battling faded and whatnot. He had game glitches, and I heard he went under the map or something happened that was out of the ordinary. It's obviously when you win these amount of races, you're going to need a lot of luck to go. But I was just surprised that there was barely any mistakes or barely anything to go wrong with it during the race, especially winning that races in a row. You think something's going to go wrong. Well, nothing ever went wrong. I was just kind of hoping for that at some point, and well, I was kind of hoping for that with it falling off too, but that never happened. So P2 is it.
Yeah. Do you think he could challenge Sam Lewis in Monza?
No, because I won't hear. But
Oh.
I hope whoever the next fastest person is behind me, whether it's Polish, Crown, whoever, I hope they're willing to put their life on the line in Monza because um I I was near buddy for 24 laps that race. I had Isaiah in my DRS for 1 lap. I had um, Sam's teammate, NASCAR fan, who I got a lot of respect for, by the way. He's a very clean racer from what I've noticed. He just had a lot of crappy luck. I had him in my range lap 1, and that was it. So I hope whoever can challenge Sam Lewis and Monza, say challenge like it's gonna happen, but I'm just hoping and praying it does, because we want to see something happen here. We want to give the viewers their entertainment that they deserve and that they take 90 minutes out of their day to watch. So I hope that whoever the next fastest guy is can put the fight and put their life on the line. It feels like, because man, I was killing the tires, but I kind of I enjoyed pushing that hard, but I wanted someone to fight, and I never got that. So yeah, whoever does so in Monza, good luck to them, and if they can't, then well, congratulations to Sam Lewis.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go move
So I won't
on.
be there.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to your race winner, Sam Lewis, for the 12th time. Sam Lewis, you ready?
Yep.
Sam Lewis, you honestly just dominated today. You made that mistake though in the castle section. So what happened to have you make that mistake, and how were you able to still recover from the mistake and get the race win?
It's actually very funny how it went down. So Isaiah retired in the pits, and for some reason it made his AI go back up out on track. And then when we were heading towards turn 3, his AI blocked me and it gave me wing damage. And then it was kind of rough for me to turn. And then I kind of outbraked myself. It almost did a I am stupid, like you said in the castle section, but I literally said no, not happening today. So I was happy with the gap I had before, so I just had to pit so that I avoid the gap dropping more. I lost like 5 to 10 seconds in the pit because I had to change the wing. But the mediums were fine. I managed them well. I'm pretty sure Ryan pushed his absolute best out of that car to try and keep up, which I respect that. I mean, everyone's trying their best. And like I say all the time, I can't really help the way I am. I can't slow down and just not try. It's just my raw pace. I can't do anything about it. I'm not just gonna sit back and just slow down and let people win. That's not what racers do. They have to try their best and do what's out there. But yeah, overall the pace was good. A few mistakes, but I'm surprised I survived it because Baku is not a track that's really ideal to survive.
Yeah. So do you think you'll be able to make it 13 in a row in Monza?
Uh, my straight line speed there is good. I also have a really good setup, so hopefully it doesn't let me down. I've had some really good experience there, so hopefully the car is settled down, unlike today, and I can try and make it 13 in a row. We'll just see next week.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and head out of the interview room. Thank you guys for racing though. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off. See you guys. All right. So yeah, it was a pretty boring race win in Azerbaijan, but still it's really interesting to watch. But yeah, we'll maybe be back next Friday, or I mean, Formula Leisure might be back next Friday. If it is on Friday, it's not going to be a broadcast, but it might be on like a Saturday or Sunday. So we'll update you viewers on that on the channel. But yeah, for now, this is Bryce Croft signing off from Baku.